Hello. In our previous lesson, we were learning how to write equations when we are given a graph or when we were given the y-intercept and the slope. So when we weren't given the y-intercept or the slope, we used the graph to find those two key features, and then we wrote the equation of a linear line where we use the equation y equals mx plus b. So that is what we are going to practice right now in the do now. This is a straight line, which means it's linear. The slope is a constant rate of change. So the equation we use is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So we are going to have to find these two things. I normally start with finding the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point where the graph, the line, crosses the y-axis. So here, it crosses at 1. So our y-intercept is positive 1. And now slope. In order to find the slope, you have to find 2 points on your graph, 2 points that perfectly go through the graph. Like I couldn't choose this thing right here because that's in the middle of a line. I need them to perfectly go through the 2 lines. So I could choose these two, could choose this or this. It doesn't matter how close or far the points are. The only thing that matters is that if you choose ones that might not be that close to each other, you will have to simplify the slope that you get, maybe using your calculator. So let me use these two down here that are close together. I go down 1 because my slope is going down, and I go to the right 2. So my slope would be the rise is down 1, negative 1. The run is 2, negative 1 over 2. All right, and now to write our equation would be y equals, the slope is negative 1 over 2x, and our y-intercept is 1, so plus 1. And this is our equation of the line. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. Alrighty, so what are we going to be doing today? Today we are going to learn how to write the equation of a line given the slope and the point. So we're not going to be given a graph anymore. Instead, we're going to be given 1 point and the slope, and we will write the equation. How are we going to do this? In order to do this, we are going to make a list of what is given. Maybe the slope is given. Well, here the slope will be given in today's lesson. And then we're going to write down the 1 or the 2 points that are given. In this lesson, just 1. If we were not given the slope like we won't be tomorrow, we will use the 2 points in order to find the slope. Then we are going to substitute the values into the point slope formula. That is this formula right here, which is given to us on the reference table on the regions. Then, once we plug in the x1 and the y1 from the point we were given, and the slope from the slope that we either found or the slope that we are given, we are then going to distribute the m. So we would multiply the m, and then we would add or subtract the y1 to bring it to the other side, and we will write our final answer in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So let's practice this now. I do. Write the equation of a line given the slope of negative 2. Slope, we use the letter m. M equals negative 2. And the point, 3, 4. So that means my x1 is 3 and my y1 is 4. My x1 is 3 and my y1 is 4. This is the formula that we are going to use. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. All we will have to do is plug in what we know. We don't know y, we know y1. So we leave y alone, minus our y1 is 4, equals m. Our m here is negative 2, multiplied by x, and our x1 is minus 3. Now, this is correct. This is our equation in point-slope form. But we need to write it in slope-intercept form. So we are going to start by multiplying first. We always do parentheses first. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Okay? Now I want to get that y by itself, so I'm going to add 4. When I add 4, I need to add it to the other constant I have there. So my final answer will be y equals negative 2x plus 10. And that is our final equation. So our slope was negative 2. That's what we were given. But we were able to find our y-intercept, which was 10. So we know that this graph, if we went to graph it, just a quick sketch of this graph is that it would start at the y-intercept of 10, so it would start at 10. And then the slope would be negative 2 over 1, meaning we would go down 2 to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. And it would look something like this. Good. All right. Let's look at another practice problem. Write the equation of a line given a slope of 1/4. So my m is 1 over 4. And the point negative 8, 2. So my x1 is negative 8. And my y1 is 2. Beautiful. Now the equation we are given is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. And let's plug in, we don't know what y is, minus our y1 is 2, equals our m is 1 over 4, parentheses, our x is just x, minus our x1 is negative 8. So we put minus negative 8. All right, now we have y minus 2 equals 1 over 4 times x is 1 over 4x, and negative 8 is positive 8. So 1 over 4 times 8 is 2. You can practice it in your calculator. If you don't know that off the top of your head, please do not go guessing. Times 2 is 1/2. Good. Now, I don't want this minus 2 here, so I'm going to add 2. When I add it, I'll add it to the other constant, the number without the variable. So I'll end up getting y equals 1 over 4x plus 4. This is my slope, which I was given. If anything changed about that, then somewhere you made a mistake. And this is your y-intercept. And let's just do a quick review on graphing. We always want to review past things. You start by graphing your y-intercept. Here, the number, the y-intercept without x is 4. That means we go up 4 and we put a point. Then our slope is 1 over 4, meaning we go up 1 and to the right 4. So we go up 1 to the right 4. Up 1 to the right 4. And then when you can't do that no more, you would go down 1 and to the left 4. Until you end up with an equation like this. A line like this of your equation. Alrighty. Let's look at the next problem. Write the equation of the line given a slope of negative 1 over 3. So here our m equals negative 1 over 3 and a point 6, negative 3. So x1 is 6 and y1 is negative 3. Okay, the formula is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Please make sure you pause the video and try to plug in and distribute and bring over the term yourself. All right, leave y alone. Y minus our y1 is negative 3. So minus negative just becomes a plus equals m. Our m is negative 1 over 3 parentheses x minus our x1 is 6. Good. So now we have y plus 3 equals negative 1 over 3 times x is negative 1 over 3x. And negative 1 over 3 times negative 6 is positive 2. Of course, use your calculator if you don't know that off the top of your head. And now we want to get rid of that plus 3, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And we will get y equals negative 1 over 3x. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And that is our answer. And just a review of graphing. You start at your y-intercept, which here we were able to find that the y-intercept is negative 1, so we go down 1. And then our slope is negative 1 over 3, meaning we go down 1 to the right 3. Down 1 to the right 3. Down 1 to the right 3. We could also go up 1 and to the left 3. Up 1 and to the left 3. And it will look something that looks like this. We know our line should be going down since our slope is negative. All right. Now I want you to try this one completely on your own. Pause the video and try it from start to finish on your own. Write the equation of a line given a slope of 4 over 7. So m equals negative 4 over 7. And the point 5 being our x1 and our y1 is negative 4. Okay, this is the equation. Y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Okay, let's plug in what we know. Y minus y1 is negative 4, so now we have a minus negative, which becomes a plus, equals our m is negative 4 over 7, parentheses x minus our x1 is 5. All right, I'm probably going to need my calculator here. Leave the y plus 4 alone, then negative 4 over 7 times x is negative 4 over 7x. And then what is negative 4 over 7 times negative 5? That is positive 20 over 7. And now I need to get rid of that plus 4, so I will subtract 4. And I will get y is equal to negative 4 over 7x. And 20 over 7 minus 4 gives me negative 8 over 7. Graphing this would be a little bit annoying because you don't really know where 8 over 7 is. So you might have more luck using the graphing feature where you would type this in. Negative 4 over 7x minus 8 over 7. Then you could look at a picture of the graph, and you could click on the table, and you can choose numbers that are real numbers, not fractions, to make it easier to graph. Alrighty. Now let's look at a challenge. Write the equation of the line given a slope of 0 and a 0.12. Then sketch the graph. Alright, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. As you get better, you might not need to make the list anymore. Y minus our y1 here is 2 equals our m is 0, parentheses x, and our x1 is 1. So we will have y minus 2 equals. Well, 0 times anything is really just 0, but I could just do it out if you want to see. 0 times x is 0x, and 0 times negative 1 is negative 0. So we don't need that 0x there. And then when I add 2 to the other side, I will end up getting y equals 2. Anytime you have a slope of 0, your equation is going to end up being y equals without an x value. And then I just look for the y value, and it's a y value of 2. To graph this, to go to y equals 2, you would go up to and put a point. And then you're already having a vertical line go through it, so make a horizontal line, and that is what the graph of y equals 2 looks like. Good. Let's look at the next one. Ooh, a little throwback on laws of exponents. The first one is called the power rule. This is when we have powers inside and outside of the parentheses. So for that 3, we need to give it a power. The invisible power it has is 1, and the w has a power of 2. With that 4 on the outside, we basically distribute it to the inside and multiply it. So we will have 3, 1 times 4 is 4, and w, 2 times 4 is 8. Now we could simplify 3 to the 4th in the calculator. That gives us 81, and leave the w to the 8th alone. Let's look at this next one. This is the quotient rule, which says we divide the coefficients. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. We leave the variable alone, and we subtract the exponents. So 10 minus 7 is 3. And the last one. This is the product rule, where we multiply the big numbers. 2 times 4 gives us 8. We keep the variable, so we keep a, and then we add the exponents. 3 plus 2 is 5. And that wraps up our lesson. A little throwback on laws of exponents, and then we went over how to write equations of a line using these steps, but most importantly, remembering the point-slope formula.